Join me in welcoming Dr. Ferguson.
Thank you so much. All right, this goes off. Can everybody hear me okay? Yes. All right. So first of all, I want to thank TRG conferences because you've given us this platform to come together from across the world and share ideas, learn from each other, and make friendships. I attended the program last year, and I felt like I was coming home to my family this year. So many familiar faces and friends that I made. So thank you so much. And thank you all for coming. If you didn't show up, we wouldn't be able to have this kind of an event. So thank you all. My presentation today is a very personal message designed for you. It's going to be a little bit different. It's not your typical presentation. I'm speaking to you today, nurse to nurse. I've been a nurse 43 years. Leader to leader, but more importantly, one human being to another. I am unapologetically and intentionally reading my message to you today because it is designed to be a very powerful message and every word matters. I trust that you're familiar with the alarming wellness condition of nurses and healthcare workers around the globe. People are burning out, getting chronic diseases, and leaving nursing. Not new news. What's going on with the state of nurses' wellness isn't a lack of information and education. You don't need more information about wellness and well-being. What you need is a revelation. We heard from Maria Isms this morning that learning without behavior changes is irrelevant. How well spoken. You need a deep personal awakening that shifts wellness from just being a checklist to being your conviction. Because true change doesn't come from knowing what to do. It comes from your heart and soul, from finally understanding and believing why it matters. When you realize that well-being is the foundation for everything in your life, your relationships, your work, but your purpose, your friends, your everything, that's when wellness becomes non-negotiable. You have the advice, you've read the information, you've gone to conferences. Some of you may have heard me speak before about self-care. You know what leads to optimal health and well-being. What you can benefit from is a shift in perspective that wakes you up to the truth that well-being is not optional, it's not negotiable, and it's not something you'll get to when you have time. The time is now. Self-care accountability is seeing yourself differently and deciding that you're worth the effort. I'm not going to tell you to eat well, to exercise, and to sleep. I did that last year. In fact, adding more demands on your already full plate would just exacerbate the problem, increase your anxiety, guilt, and shame. Those are the last things that those of us in the room and in nursing need. You don't need more noise. You need clarity. You need a revelation. How many times do you have to hear the gloom and doom before you hear it that one time where you buy in, it gets your attention, and you decide, today's the day. Today, I'm going to take charge of my life and do something positive about my health and well-being. I hope and pray that for you, that day is today. My message is one that honors the magnificent person that you are and lifts you up. All right, what do I? The green one? Yeah. Oh, the arrow. Okay. Who takes care of those who take care of others? I love this question because it shines a light on the caregivers, nurses, healers, who are so focused on supporting others that their own needs can be forgotten. As the largest and most trusted healthcare profession, nurses are role models and partners for the population's health, but we have to take care of ourselves to effectively take care of others. Many of us in healthcare, especially nurses, thrive on helping others. While that's great to help others, we don't want to throw that idea away. We only get in trouble when we take it too far. Anything you read scientifically is going to say that greater than 50% of healthcare workers are stressed to the point of burnout and suffer from chronic health conditions. I suspect that a few or some or many of us in the room might be in that category. The American Nurses Association Healthy Nurse, Healthy Nation report in 2024 revealed that 70% of the nurses surveyed placed their patients' safety, health, and well-being before their own. That's alarming. That means only 30% of nurses are prioritizing their needs. Approximately 100,000 nurses left the workforce during the pandemic, and get this, another 611,000 have expressed an intent to leave by 2027. Guys, that's less than 2 years from now, and that's because of burnout and stress and retirements. We all know that nursing isn't unicorns and rainbows. We have to prioritize individual nursing wellness to prevent our profession from facing a major crisis in the very near future, a staffing crisis. I could go on and on about the negative statistics, but I'm not going to do that today. Quoting negative statistics is not the solution. A really personal question is, what is it that has us keep giving when our batteries have run out? What is the driving force that makes us push beyond our human needs, our human means? Well, for one thing, for some, it's that you learned at a young age that you need to be selfless in order to be loved. Sacrifice yourself over others means they'll love you. Overworking can be a badge of honor. It shows dedication and commitment to your job. So some think that hard work above all makes you a valued employee. Let me know how that goes. And yet others may stay busy because busyness distracts you from dealing with your own personal issues. Healers, you know, are sometimes the last to ask and admit they need help. And yet some nurses may have leaders that role model a lack of self-care, resulting in employees being afraid to make themselves the priority. Regardless of the reason, keep in mind that you can't give from an empty cup. Unconscious overgiving, self-sacrificing, not setting proper boundaries, all lead to all sorts of nasty consequences. There are 4 I call the ABCD: anxiety, burnout, chronic disease, and depression. And then from those, a whole nother set of negative consequences. So to answer the question, who takes care of those who take care of others? You. Every individual must be responsible for their own self. You must take care of yourself so that you can make an even greater impact on the lives of others. Okay, Sue, well, what do I need to do? Today, I'm focusing on the positive, sharing facts and information, affirmations, and reflective questions. And at the end, I'll reveal a secret along with a call for action for what you can do to improve your wellness status. At the end of this presentation, I want for you to feel refreshed, empowered, and hopeful. My presentation describes the importance of self-care as a leadership responsibility and the impact of nurse leaders' well-being on workplace morale and patient care. By empowering healers to prioritize their own self-care and caregiving abilities, will improve the healthcare system as a whole and promote a higher standard of health and well-being around the world. What is a presentation without Florence Nightingale? Florence Nightingale, known to us as the founder of modern nursing, was a strong advocate for the well-being of both patients and nurses. Her emphasis of self-care and the essentials for health was foundation to her nursing philosophy. She emphasized the importance of proper nutrition, we've all heard this, fresh air, and mental well-being. And her plan is through rest and prayer. And these are principles that align with modern self-care practices. In her book, Notes on Nursing, What It Is and What It Is Not, She highlighted the need for nurses to maintain their own health, stating that fatigue and neglecting personal wellness could lead to diminished care for patients. That was written in 1859. In our present time, the Provision 5 of Code of Ethics for Nurses states, and I quote, "The nurse owes the same duty to self as to others, including the responsibility to promote health and safety. To achieve this, nurses can choose healthy foods, strive for adequate rest, participate in exercise, nurture family and personal connections, take part in relaxing and recreational activities, and engage in spiritual and religious practices. Encouraging wellness activities in the workplace can support nurses in meeting their own self-care needs and develop the resources to survive and thrive in an emotionally and physically demanding healthcare environment." End quote. I don't know how many of you are members of the American Nurses Association, but if you are, you just got this in the mail. And I got this the day before I came yesterday. So I was kind of going to throw it aside, but something told me, take a look. And on page 4 is an editorial from Lily Galinas, who is the editor-in-chief. And she announces I get goosebumps, dated Code of Ethics for Nurses. I see heads are nodding. And in this update, it says an important new resource just released, the revised Code of Ethics for Nurses. The American Nurses Association says the definitive standard for ethical nursing practice is an essential guide for nurses as they make everyday patient care and practice decisions. This 10th provision, an important addition to the code, specifically addresses global health issues and the nurse's role in international nursing communities. And one of the key elements is now spelled out as self-care. Prioritize personal well-being to maintain professional effectiveness and prevent burnout. Seek support when needed. There it is. Have you noticed that what Florence Nightingale was talking about is still part of our nursing code of ethic and very important in our individual practices? All right, truth or myth? Is it possible to have a balanced life? Let's go back to that question. What do you need to do for a personal revelation? As nurses, we wear many hats. You all know them, but professional, caregiver, advocate, team member, friend, partner, parent, and more. Pressure to have it all together is overwhelming. I'm going to say that again. The pressure to have it all together is overwhelming. We're constantly told to strive for work-life balance. But is that really possible? Show of hands, do you think it's possible? Couple of hands. Okay, well, I'm going to give you 2 new perspectives today about work-life balance. One is from Jeff Bezos, the world's second richest man. He talks about work-life balance in a way that challenges the traditional idea that you separate work and other areas in your personal life, rather than constantly struggling to balance work and life like a scale. He promotes a shift from balancing to harmonizing. He suggests a circular model of positiveness and harmony rather than separating the different areas of your life. Bezos views all areas of your life as the circle where success in one area fuels success in the others. It's not a trade-off. It's not an either-or mentality. He argues that if you're happy at home, at work, you'll bring positive energy home. If you're happy at home, you'll approach work with tremendous energy. It's a positive loop. When you don't feel that need to choose one area over the other, you automatically feel more whole, complete, have more personal satisfaction, and are motivated to be productive. So he approaches this as energy, not balance. So just something to consider, replacing work-life balance with harmony. Another perspective on work-life balance is from Dave Ramsey. Some of you may know him. He's a nationally recognized financial expert. He says there is no such thing as work-life balance. As soon as it's balanced, your life will tip and it'll be out of balance again. Life moves in seasons. Have you noticed that? Sometimes there's a need for hustle, other times for rest. He says maybe it's not about equal time for everything, but being fully present and intentional in each area of your life. Key is be where you are 100%. So be 100% at work when you're at work. Be 100% at home when you're at home. He says you can't do multiple things at one time. Do what you're doing, be focused, do it well, and feel good about yourself and your life in that moment. Aim for rhythm, not rigidity. Flexibility allows you to shift focus without guilt. So Dave Ramsey says instead of striving for balance, shift to purposeful presence. All right, now I'm going to talk to you directly about your self-care and your accountability to yourself and the impact of your care on others, including colleagues and patients. This is what Dr. O'Rourke calls the learning portion, the engagement. So let's start with work. A great question to ask yourself is, does my work energize me or drain me? Right now, just to yourself, think about that. Does your work energize you or drain you? Identify 3 areas that cause you stress. Just think about some of the things that are nagging at you right now. Recognizing the issues is the first step to making things better. And I could do another presentation on just working through that, but we're going to move into another part of your life. And that's going to be finding joy when you're in the midst of stress. Find some way to bring joy and meaning to your life, no matter what's going on. It could be a walk at the end of the day. It could be reading a good book. It could be having maybe 10 or 15 or 30 minutes to yourself, me time, something that actually brings you joy. So think about that with those 3 things that you identified. How can you be in the midst of that stress and yet do things for yourself? Now we're going to really get personal. You can't ignore your lifestyle habits. We're going to take a look at ourselves. I told you this is going to be personal. We're going to do a review of lifestyle habits. So you need something to write on and with. I'm going to be asking you 7 questions, and you'll respond to yourself on your paper on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. You're going to assess each area of your life. These are going to be rapid fire questions. Please don't be harsh on yourself. Honest, but not condemning. Just listen to what I'm asking. I'm not asking about perfection. This isn't about, I always do this, but that you're doing it consistently. All right, number 1, are you eating whole, healthy foods, meaning limiting processed foods and sugary foods as a lifestyle? Scale of 1 to 5. Just don't overthink it. Just put what comes to mind. What is it? Scale of 1 to 5 on your piece of paper you're writing on. Question number 1. On a scale of 1 to 5, are you eating whole, healthy foods? Oh, I'm so sorry. 1 being the less and 5 being the highest. Yes. Number 2, are you active, moving your body, exercising consistently? Scale of 1 to 5. Nobody's going to see this. This is just for you to be with you. Number 3, are you practicing mindfulness, whether it's gratitude or journaling, praying, resting, meditating? Could be all of those, at least occasionally. Number 4, are you getting enough sleep most of the time? Number 5, are you connecting with your support team that nurtures you? Those are your family, friends, and others on a regular basis. Number 6, are you participating in social activities in a way and amount that provides joy on a regular basis? And number 7, are you taking enough time for you? Scale of 1 to 5. So you want to look at your ratings. What was your highest? What was your lowest? What was in between? Put a star or a circle on what you would commit to work on first. Making positive changes for your good is self-love. Self-care and self-love go hand in hand to create a fulfilling life that allows you to thrive. The focus of my message is about you and how to love, honor, cherish, and obey yourself. Today's the day to start making changes to improve your health and well-being. As I speak to you, consider jotting down a word or maybe a thought that I say that gets your attention. I'll be sharing affirmations to help you feel good about yourself. Listen to what I'm saying about you. I'm speaking truth and goodness to you. Take notes. Think about your life. Think about your desires. Think about your passions. Think about your gifts and talents. Everything you need to have a life you love is already within you. You were made to be you. Your future is bright. Your best days are coming. Start right here and now, right where you are. I'm now going to give you 5 priority tips to love your life. First of all, number 1 is to be yourself. An original is always worth more than a copy. It's easy to look around and feel pressured to fit into somebody else's mold, to compare your path to someone else's. But the truth is, no one else can be you. Your experiences, your strengths, quirks, flaws, they all weave together to form something one of a kind, and that's you. It's your voice, your story, your journey. Don't dim your light trying to fit into someone else's destiny. Shine in your own way. That's where your true power lies. You are where you are, and that's a great place to be. And it gets better. You can create your life by getting clear by what you want your life to be. To have a great life, you have to explore your own self. Who are you? Who are you trying to be? Are you being authentic to who you are? There are no rules to being you. Your road is your road. Find your own voice. Give yourself the freedom to be you. Wherever you're starting from, it's perfect. It's never too late. You're exactly where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. The second tip is to make yourself a priority. You matter. Yes, you. Stop doing everything other people expect or demand of you. It's okay to be you. Feel what you feel. If you're mad, be mad. If you're happy, show it. What if you stopped trying to be everything for everybody? What if you loosened your grip on life? I'm going to say that one more time too. What if you loosened your grip on life? That makes me breathe. Everything is going to be okay. You're allowed to make mistakes. You can do hard things, and that makes you proud. Stay strong. Open your heart. You don't have to stay in overdrive. Permission is granted for you to be happy. The reality is that all you really need to do to be happy is get out of your own way and let everything flow naturally. You get in your own way with stories, judgments, and fears. And all those thoughts do is cloud your vision of you being you. The wisdom to do things exactly as you're meant is already inside you. You already have all the answers as well as the plans. All you need to do is be willing to let go and flow and trust yourself. You might start standing up for yourself in new ways. You might tune out other people's opinions. Your courage might grow. You might change habits. You might let go of things or people that no longer serve you. You might feel better. You might be happier. Be vulnerable and take chances, even if you're afraid that you'll make mistakes, embarrass yourself, or feel foolish. Show up and dive into your life. It's okay to be happy. Above all, tip number 3 is be good to yourself. Practice self-compassion. Love yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Believe you are wonderful, because why not? You are. You're allowed to be here just as you are. You're a blessing in this world. You're doing a good job. You're enough. You're worthy. Your body is perfect just as it is. You are just who you are, where you're intended to be today, April 23rd, 2025. Dream. Dream big. Dream without fear. Dream your wildest dreams. Listen to your inner voice that's telling you what you want. Don't settle thinking that you're not worthy of having your dreams and desires. You can have anything you want in life. You're worthy. Give yourself that same kindness, patience, and compassion that you so freely give to everyone else. You're deserving of rest, grace, and joy. And the more you care for yourself, the more fully you can show up and be part in every part of your life. Keep it simple when you're being good to yourself. It doesn't have to cost a lot. Here are some ideas. Splurge on an item at the dollar store. Splurge on an item at a luxury store. Take a long shower or bath. Go outside in nature. Dig in the dirt. Grow a small plant into a bush. Go for a drive. Dance. Ride your bike. Eat an ice cream cone. Sleep in. Get up early. Get a facial or a massage. Call your best friend. Call your mother. Sing in the shower. Breathe deeply. Take a nap. Unplug. Savor a moment. Self-compassion isn't weakness. It's a strength that helps you thrive. No one should tell you what you need to do to participate in self-compassion. Do what you love and what works for you to feel good about your life. Now, a word of encouragement. Tip number 4 is keep going. It's time to bloom right where you are, starting today. Take a stand to make a change. Let go of something that's holding you back. Bust out of negative thinking. Be bold. Stop doing what doesn't work. Do less of what you don't want to. Start doing what you want to. Think SLS. Stop, less, start. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Whatever you do, just keep showing up. Keep going. Take a tiny step, then another. Allow your path to unfold. Make a mistake. Keep going. Have a good cry. High five yourself. Give yourself permission to not have all the answers. Feel fear and do it anyway. Allow heartbreak. Allow joy. Celebrate your success. Forgive yourself. Keep going. Take the day off for no reason. Let it all go. Shift your perspective. Love yourself no matter what. Be true to yourself. You matter. Let that sink in. You believe in you. Everything is working out in your favor. I believe in you. Your best days are ahead. Take your time. Keep going. One day at a time. You are a wonderful human being. Your value is massive. Refuse to sink. Make yourself proud. Your time is now. And finally, tip number 5 is to get that you are magic. When I say that line, what do you think of? I'd love to know what just ran through your mind. Do you automatically think, no way, not me? Yes, you. You're a work in progress, and you're amazing just the way you are. Life isn't a race to be something you're not, to get something you don't have. There's no finish line to get to. Everything that happens in your life is useful, the good, bad, or otherwise. The hard stuff is fertilizer for your continued growth. The pain of life is part of your personal evolution to help you expand beyond where you are now. The joys and proud moments, those feelings of satisfaction, are to motivate you to keep being excited about life. Having a dream to go for and a purpose is what keeps you going. You are the secret sauce to having a life that you love. You are powerful. You are resilient. You are capable. You are creative. You are infinite possibility. The world wouldn't be the same without you in it. You are magic. You see, magic is creating desires with extraordinary power or influence, seemingly from some supernatural source. And if you're allowing normal ways of thinking to run your life, you're missing out on that, what's possible at a deeper level. Think magic. I wish for you a life full of magic. May you find peace. May you be courageous and vulnerable. May you walk through all the hard times with grace and truth. My hope for you is that you learn to love yourself deeply, to see your worth, to speak to yourself with kindness and embrace who you are fully and unapologetically. When you love yourself, you unlock the power to live fully, love freely, and lead others with authenticity. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Be the person you want to be. Be the leader your teams need. Be you. And now, before I close, here's the secret I promised revealed. You don't have to sell your soul, be a doormat, or a martyr to be loved. You can care for others without neglecting yourself. True compassion doesn't require self-sacrifice to the point of exhaustion. Caring for yourself isn't selfish, it's essential to your survival. And as I wrap up today, I want to leave you with this thought. Leadership isn't just about guiding others. It starts with how you lead yourself. When you prioritize your own health and well-being, you set a powerful example. You create a culture of resilience and ultimately lead more effectively. So I challenge each of you to take ownership of your life, because when you show up for yourself, you can show up fully for those you lead. Please join me in committing to making self-care a personal priority and a leadership standard. I leave you with this question. What small shift can you make to create more energy and fulfillment in your life? Go ahead and write down what that will be and start taking action within 24 hours. Okay? This is critically important to you and those around you. You owe it to others, but most importantly, you owe it to yourself. Thank you for listening. I don't know how we're doing on time. I'd love to hear if anybody wants to share, comment, ask a question. Please, something, say something. Yes, ma'am.
And thank you for your presentation. It was a good time to stop the thinking about like, and I wrote down two sentences: shine in your way and dream big. For me and for my colleague, it's a big dream to be here. I'm from Poland, yeah, and just imagine that it's first time that nurses from my department, from my hospital, went in America. Yeah, we are here first time. Yeah, we represent. Thank you. And I can say dreams come true, because it's like long way for us, big costs. And if somebody like believes, yeah, in us, so it's, yeah, we have like possibilities. So yeah, we are here, yeah. And the dreams come true. So for us, it's a dream. For you, maybe not, because you are here, you're from the United States, but from Europe, for Europe nurses, it's something different, yeah. And yeah, so thank you for that kind of presentation. Thank you so much.
On Friday, like a lot of information about how's the healthcare there. Yeah, and you have a phenomenal. I was talking to her today about healthcare.
Can't wait.
Everybody's coming.
Yes.
Everybody's coming. It's nice that, you know, you have insurance and bonus. Everybody's coming.
There's the dream for us.
There you go. There's the dream. Well, just something to add to what you just said. No matter where you're from, we're all alike. We're humans. We have those same desires and dreams. Some people may think, well, others have more opportunity than I, but the reality is all those words of blessings, because that's how I hold it. I blessed you. All those words of making you feel good and believing in yourself are real. It's not just for somebody with a silver spoon in their mouth. Everybody has the ability to have their dreams come true. Magic. Love it. I wish I could spend time with each of you individually because I love this topic and I love helping others. Any other comments to close out?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
So it's such a beautiful presentation.
Thank you.
Do you think that sometimes people are sometimes
Sometimes people might avoid really asking themselves that last question because if we ask ourselves truthfully, we may come to the decision that we're not in a place where we should be. Do you think that's a deterrent?
What do you think?
I think that it's important for people to maintain what they believe is tolerable for them. I believe sometimes people might tell themselves scary stories about what's going to happen if I change the situation I'm in. And I think it takes a lot of courage.
It does take courage. So I'm a health coach and I'm a certified executive coach as well as being a nurse. And I'm the wellness champion for 4,500 nurses at MD Anderson in Houston. And we have a lot of conversations about where do you start? What if I make the wrong choice? What if I make a decision that might be harmful? But you heard what I said in my message. It's okay. There's no perfection. The hard work is getting started. I said at lunch, I've been at this wellness work for over 35 years. I didn't just start yesterday. I've been through therapies. Last year when I was here with you, I had just broken my wrist. If you were here last year, you heard the story. Broke my wrist. And from that, I went through trauma therapy with a therapist. And the things we heard earlier today about the neuro and the effects of your nervous system involvement when you've been through something detrimental, that stuff's real. And so to feel something scary, the best thing is to learn how to deal with life, period. Because it doesn't matter if you're going to go through a divorce or leave a bad job or fall and break your wrist and have uncertainties about what your life is going to be. It sounds kind of dramatic. But every day we wake up is a threat or an opportunity. A lot of it is how you see it. So, without having a very specific case example to walk through or talk through, I would never advise someone, as I said, I'm a health and an executive coach. I would never advise somebody to just go do something brash just to do it. We have to, the only person who can make that decision is that person. The only person who can make decisions about their life is that person. That was the premise of my whole presentation. You alone have the power to create your life and what you do with it. So, very personal. One person might say, I'm out of here. I'm not putting up with this crap. And the next person may say, no, I'm 3 years from retirement. I may stay. I can tolerate it. It's not so bad. So it's kind of like there's really no truth. It's just your decision based on your thoughts and feelings. So thank you for asking. That's a beautiful question.
Dr. Ferguson, you've given us, well, I'll just say, you've given me a lot of things I need to think about. But your presentation is timeless because of all the challenges that we face all the time. And it's
always.
not easy to think about ourselves. So your presentation was very, very meaningful to me, and I appreciate that. But this is for our appreciation and
you.
for you coming
Thank
to
you.
speak with us. Please come back next year.